Hello. I've created 4 IPv4 addressing worksheets to help you and make it easier for you to do IP addressing. So I started with IP addressing 1, 2, 3, and by the fourth one, you'll be able, hopefully, to do subnetting with ease. And all of these documents you can practice. I put them up in DocSheet. So I really want you to go up there and try them out. Let's start out with worksheet number 1. In worksheet number 1, we're just going to discuss how to convert decimal to binary, binary to decimal, look at the hexadecimals, and being able to convert back and forth. I want you to be able to do this without using your calculator. So let's begin. You can start reading all of this, but what it really comes down to is down here. So let's actually start immediately. I'm going to show you the quickest way on how to do this. So what you need to do is you need to remember these numbers right here on the top in this order. So I'm just going to open up another sheet. So you need to have, where am I getting these numbers? Just read this document. If you still have any questions, let me know. 128, which is really 2 to the 7th. You have 64, then 32, and 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. If you remember these, you should have very easy time to convert binary to decimal, and then we'll talk about how to convert decimal to binary. So the first thing I'm going to do is, how do you convert binary to decimal? So if somebody gives you an 8-bit number such as 1. So you put 1 under the 128. Over here. You know what? So let's do the number. I'll just go all the way down here. Let's say somebody says, I want you to convert the following binary decimal: 101000101. So what you do is you have 8 digits right here. So what you do is you take this 8-bit number and you put it right under these decimal numbers. So you put 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Alright, once you place them under the, to be able to convert the binary to decimal, all you have to do is wherever you see a 1, you add the numbers on the top. So I see a 1 right here. It's 128 plus 32 plus 4 plus 1. So if you add these, 128 plus 32 is 160. 160 and 4 is 164, plus 1 is 165. So this one right here, it converts to 165. That's it. All right. All ones, if you have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, this comes out to be 255. So you should never ever see an IPv4 address or a subnet mask address in any of those octets, you know, the 1.192.168 should never be larger than 255. If any other number is larger than 255, then the number is read incorrectly. All right, so you should see numbers between 255, and if it's 8 zeros, of course, it's 0. Okay? Now, how would you go backwards? What happens if somebody gives you, hey, I want 176? How do you convert that into binary? Well, you say, all right, there's 128 and 176, right? So you put a 1 in there. All right, is there a 64 in 176? No. So how much is left over? So 176 minus 128 will leave you with, well, you have another one is 160, so you're left with 16. So here's another one, right? Just do whatever is left over. You subtract 176 minus 128. There's not 64 left over. I know there's a 32. You put that away. So 178 minus 160 gives me 16 left over. So it's only the 16. And then I know there's nothing left over. It's all zeros after that. Right? And that would give me, sorry for the snap. And that will give me 176. If let's say I wanted to convert, let's say 884, right? So 84 would be a 0. There's a 64 and 84, right? And 64 plus, I'm sorry, there's a 64. 64 plus 32, put another one in there because that's 80. So I need a 4. So that's a 0. I'm sorry, no. 64 plus 32 is 96. So that's not good. So that's a 0 in there, right? 84 plus 16 is 80, right? So you put a 1 in there. And so you need a 4. So this is a 0 under the 8, a 4. And then there are zeros. That would give me, that would be the binary equivalent of 84, right? And that's basically it. Very quickly. Once you practice a lot, and in this worksheet right here, you'll have a lot of them. On the bottom of this sheet, you'll be able to do a lot. All right, the other step that I want you to, let me go back to this sheet right here. And these are listed the hexadecimal equivalent. Hexadecimal meaning that you can go from 0 all the way to 15 before. That means there are 16 unique digits before the number starts to repeat. In decimal, there are 10 digits. From 0 to 9, then we start to repeat 1 and we start to go over. Binary means there's only 2 digits. The 0 and the 1, and it starts to repeat. For hexadecimal to go back and forth, even simpler. So to go from binary to hex, hex to binary. We need hex because we are going to use them in IPv6. And this is how we represent IPv6. And we also represent the MAC address in hexadecimal. So you need to see how the devices, those digital devices, your computers, your routers, view this in binary, but when we write them in a concise form in a hexadecimal format. All right, so you need to be able to convert from hex to binary and vice versa. And you'll be able to go into decimal as well. So for example, so let's go with the binary address. You can ignore that for now. So let's say somebody says, I want you to convert 1010 1100. How would you convert that into hexadecimal? What you need to do is separate each 4 bits. And then 101 is you go and look up what's 101 in binary. 101 is an A. So the first one is an A. And this one, if you look it up, it's a C. That's it. So this is the binary address is a C. So how would you convert 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. Well, how would you do that? Separate it before digits. So this is a 6 and this is a 9. So this is 6, 9. But remember, the 69 is in hex. Okay? Not a decimal. Let's say you want to convert 1111 0, 0, 1, 1. So as you can see, this is F3. How would you go backward? If somebody says, I want B8, how would you convert that? A B8 in hex. So a B, if you look up at the chart, it's 1011, and an 8 is 1000. So you're just going backwards. How would you convert 3D in hex? 3D is 0, 0, 1, 1, and a D is 1, 1, 0, 1. Right, from the chart. How do I get these numbers, by the way? It's, remember, 1, 2, 4, 8. So if you wanted a 7, 7 is 4 plus 2 plus 1. That's really how I got these numbers. So it's simple as that. They're not very difficult to do, right? If you need to convert anything, like let's say you want to go to decimal to hex or hex to decimal, the best thing to do is always go from decimal. Let's say you want to go decimal to hex. So you take the decimal, take it to binary, and then from the binary, like I showed you right here, you go to hex. If you want to go from hex to decimal, so what you do is you take the hex, like I did right here, convert it to binary, and then from the binary, you go to decimal like we did up here. So it's just two-stepper, right? Simple as that. So now you should be able to convert binary to hex and vice versa, hex to, or decimal to hex, vice versa as well, or decimal to binary, whichever. Okay, so if you want any practice, go to the bottom of this sheet, and I'll ask you to complete this. You don't have to submit. I mean, this is what if you are in my 203 class, you will have to submit it, but if you're not, you don't have to submit it. It's just a practice. You can check your answers on your calculators as well. All right, so we'll move on to the next worksheet. There will be another video for that. So until then, good luck.